Burial Plot is actually a collaboration track with our drummer Mike Carl. I've gotten really deep into like perspective writing on a couple of our albums, and so a lot of the content sometimes applies to my own personal life, but that was actually something where I had a long chat with him before we went to London about the end of a relationship that he had been in, that both he and I thought was going to last a very, very long time. And we wrote Burial Plot basically around this timing of when we were on Warped Tour last year, and how I didn't know at the time, but he was having a lot of issues within his relationship, and came home, and unfortunately there wasn't really anything that could be said or done to stop that relationship from dissipating. And it's interesting because I obviously was not in the relationship, but I knew his girlfriend very well, and I obviously know Mike very well. He's one of my closest friends, and so it was hard to see him go through that. But it also felt like, too, to some extent, that almost with that relationship ending, like I was losing her as a friend. So I felt like I was kind of losing somebody from my life. Obviously not to the same extent that Mike was, but there were obviously things within the relationship that I think that he wished that he could have maybe done differently, that could have hopefully helped them from not splitting up at the end of the day. But I think that it resonated with me a lot, what he was going through, because I've been in that position where you get left by somebody and it just doesn't feel like there's anything you can really say or do to change their mind. And I just really wanted to help him capture how he was feeling, because when he was opening up to me, I realized there was a lot to be said, and a lot that people like myself or other listeners could relate to a heavy degree. So we kind of came up with this concept of Burial Plot kind of being like a marked grave for a couple, but it's sort of obviously not that they're both dying, but that it's kind of like the death of their relationship overall. And I think it's more so kind of finding within yourself that you truly accept that it's kind of like your fault at the end of the day that the relationship is ending, and that there's really nothing that you could have done to change things even though you want to. And so I hope people who hear this song kind of find some relatability with that topic. And it was great to work with Mike and get to collaborate and make something worth listening to.